Hey guys, Dell here with kind of a different style of video. I want to do a state of the channel, a bit of a review of 2023 and looking forward to 2024. So I want to first off thank everyone who has joined in with me here on the channel over this past year. It's been a lot of learning on my part, so I appreciate everyone's input and your time spent with me a great deal as I've learned how to do YouTube and continue to learn how to do YouTube. And really, every video I try to do a little bit better than the last, which a lot of folks is the only way to learn how to do it. And so that's what I've been doing. So thank you very much for joining me on this journey. And so just looking back at 2023, I've released 35 videos to YouTube in the long form mode. I released quite a few more shorts than that over time. And I got just over 100,000 views for the year, about 106,000 views. The vast majority of those 35 videos were jacket oriented, especially leather jackets. I had leather jacket reviews, leather jacket kind of styling advice and lookbook style videos that were the bulk. I did also have a few how-to style videos or questions answered videos and jacket care kind of videos. I had one video about boots that featured kind of just seeing what the Wesco Boss 7500 engineer boots that I own, how they look online versus in person, and used somewhat so that people could get an idea of what that boot looked like, not just looking at product pictures. And I want to say that that very small slice of last year's video content, that one video about boots, I do have plans this coming year to do much more content about things that are not jacket related. So boots is a big part of that. I currently have 4 pair of high quality, which you could call heritage style bootmakers boots. That would be one pair of Wesco Boss 7500 engineer boots, 2 pairs of White's boots that are both semi-dress with some different specifications, and 1 pair of Grant Stone brass boots. I actually also have a pair of Nick's boots that are on the way. I might be getting them in the next month or so. I know that there have been questions about boots, and there will be some boot reviews coming and boot comparisons in the same way that I've been doing jacket reviews and comparisons and talking about the features of jackets. I'll be doing the same thing for boots. And I have a lot of other cool, interesting things that are a part of my wardrobe and things to discuss that are not jacket related too. So that would be things like, I just recently got my first Ironheart Ultra Heavy flannel, and I really like it. And this is an item that a lot of folks kind of hold up on a pedestal that I think that flannel is worth a review. I think that these Pendleton flannels I wear are worth a closer look for folks that are interested in them. So there are a lot of different kinds of items that I plan to take a closer look at and spend more time with in the coming year. I also have some different ideas for types of videos that are a little bit in the works, and I am trying to kind of nail down some different formats. I know one that has really come to mind has been really testing or abusing leather jackets or other garments to show their toughness or lack thereof. I think, kind of inspired by Rose Anvil and the popularity of his videos. I think that there are things that can be done to showcase the capabilities of items, and I have some things that are swirling around that. I'd be curious about what you'd like to see there, but of course the proof is in the pudding, and just trying it out and seeing how it goes will be part of it. Part of the concern around this kind of video making is, of course, that I'll be in some ways trashing whatever item it is that I'm doing this kind of review with, and there is a monetary investment in it, and so of course money matters. So I would really like to do that kind of thing and not just leave it up to my impressions or what I to believe to be the truth when I talk about the Thursday Cafe Racer and its lack of durability. I mean, I know that the jacket lacks durability, but I think showing that it lacks durability or showing the toughness of a motorcycle leather jacket and how it can handle abrasion or shrug off water are the kinds of things that people can really learn from and that I can learn from. And maybe there'll be some surprises along the way. So I'll be looking into making that happen. I also want to talk about non-video related things that I did in 2023. I did a lot in 23 for what this is my hobby, which is men's fashion and leather jackets and heritage menswear. You know, I have an Instagram account, which I post to regularly. Some days I post twice a day. And I'm very active on Instagram. I've reached just over 6,700 followers in the year. It was maybe 6,600 or so at the turn of the year. So it's been interesting seeing the growth over there and meeting and interacting with a bunch of folks on Instagram. And Instagram is a place both where I look for inspiration from other folks' garments and really get interested in the kind of looks that people are making, and where I kind of personally test how different outfits work. You know, for me, the only way to really find out how something will work, for the most part, is to wear it. You know, so sometimes I put together an outfit and I'm not super pleased with it. I think it's okay, but that still goes to Instagram. And some days I put together outfits and I'm so happy with them, it becomes something I want to return to again and again over time. And it's only via that testing and putting it out there and wearing it and honestly seeing pictures and video of myself wearing a garment that I can see it from the outside perspective, that I learn about how I like the way that things look. So that was actually the kind of origin for me of getting into posting pictures and videos. Was I was developing my sense of style, which I am continuing to develop. And I really started looking at Reddit and forums and seeing what people were posting there and learning about footwear and jackets and menswear from all sorts of places, you know. I got, as you can imagine, very interested in leather jackets and kind of solving the puzzle of finding the perfect leather jackets for me. And so on the forum called the Fedora Lounge, they have an outerwear and workwear section on that forum, which is really about heritage menswear. Yes, it's heavy into leather jackets, but there are a lot of other different cool things there. And I began posting there and getting feedback from folks and seeing my pictures there and the kind of the practice of working on making an outfit that I felt was good enough to post, for example. Has been a large part of me growing towards learning about what I like to wear and how I like to present myself. And that grew into posting on Instagram, because I don't just wear leather jackets, although it's really funny because on Instagram I still post lots of leather jackets. It's, I guess, what I've in many ways become known for on my Instagram. So that posting through forums and then to Instagram continues to be a really important thing for me about learning on my own personal sense of style by sharing what I'm wearing and kind of looking at what I've worn over time and refining it. It's kind of a low stakes way to present. You know, it's a single post. You know, those posts get whatever kind of engagement or interaction that they do. It's not as high stakes as like a YouTube video, which takes a lot longer to make, and there's editing and there's a lot of different things that go into making YouTube videos that make them more complicated. Whereas, you know, Instagram posts and shorts are much easier to make. I mean, you've seen some of that content here if you watch any of my shorts here on YouTube. Just a much lower stakes kind of investment to make those kind of things. And so they'll continue to be a part of what I do in 24. I have been interacting with some brands on Instagram, by the way. It has been fun. For example, talking with the folks at Knicks who saw me wearing White's boots and were like, well, why aren't you wearing any Knicks? And I was like, well, I just haven't gotten there yet. And so that's a part of the way that I got connected with them. And, now I have some Knicks boots that I was able to purchase at a discount. And I'm going to be wearing them, and they're going to be showing up on the Instagram and on these YouTube reviews that I'm working on. So I really like that Instagram is a good place to connect. I would say the downside that I found over time with Instagram is that it is a platform that people really stay on and don't leave. It's something I've read about, and I've also experienced it. And as I try to grow what I do beyond being on a single platform, people really stay on Instagram. And they're not following a lot of links off of Instagram or checking out my other content from Instagram very often. So Instagram has its limitations, but I still really enjoy it, and I like the people that I've met there, and I'll continue posting to it. I also started a website in 23. It's doesbydell.com. And it's got limited stuff on it currently. I really just have the kind of mirror article for 2 YouTube videos that I've done, one about how to break in a leather jacket and one about the Thursday leather racer jacket review that I did, the hype versus reality review. My goal for 24 is to increase the number of articles that I produce to mirror content on my YouTube and my website. It is sort of a labor for me in that while it's easy for me to talk about things, I have always found it a little more difficult to make words go onto the page. And so, I am practicing at it, and I have big plans, and maybe be working to get some help to put more articles out. Although I like making them myself, I like that they come from me. Perhaps I will need to look for some other options to assist me in making articles on the website. I'm not totally sure. This is something that has a little bit of a hazy question mark over it. But know that there is an intention to build more on the website. And it is kind of interesting. It is fun to see, there are analytics that you get through Google, what's called Google Search Console, where you can kind of see the number of impressions that your pages are getting through Google and clicks. And the website's been live since just November. So it's a kind of late edition towards the end of the year. And, the number of impressions and clicks is increasing. And as people interact with it, Google knows what more to do with that website and who to show it to and all that kind of stuff. And just like with YouTube, the more articles and content that I create, Google can know who would be the kind of folks who'd be interested in that as Google learns more about my content as I produce more of it. It's kind of an interesting idea, and I've been reading about how website stuff works, and much of it has to do with the quality of the content, of course, and is it helpful? And then also what similar content is being produced around it. And so Google doesn't really know what you're about when you only have 2 articles on a website. But once you have, say, 10 or 50, then Google has a clearer picture of the kind of topics and interest that you're covering, and it knows how to rank your information related to other types of things. So it's pretty interesting. I know there's a whole world of SEO, search engine optimization and stuff out there, something that I've added to try to learn about this year. But the main thing is just making good stuff and putting it both YouTube and the website together. And I did also start a Patreon in 2023. This is a way for folks to support me that is kind of platform agnostic. It's not on YouTube. It's not on Instagram. It's not directly on my webpage or anything like that. It's a way for folks that are interested in my content, that want to say thanks for the reviews, that want to help put some cash in my pocket to buy things to destroy, for example, in these kind of upcoming style videos. Any kind of person that wants to support the channel, it's a good way to do it directly. It also there are perks. Right now the perks are kind of simple. I basically add new videos and shorts every week that are not available anywhere else on the Patreon, and it just there is also an ability to have like a live chat that I've added as one of the tiers, the subscription tiers for folks that want to talk directly to me about things. So far, it's kind of interesting. So I've had a few paid subscribers since I started the Patreon. It's only been about a month or so. I've had 3 people that joined in. One person that after the first month decided they didn't want to continue. So it's a bit of an experiment. I'm not sure. I didn't really think much about it until someone actually asked me, like, "Hey, do you have a way to receive payment from me because I like what you do and you help me to find this jacket that I like. Like, can I leave a tip? Do you have like coffee? Buy me a coffee, that kind of thing." I said, "Well, I don't know. Let me try Patreon." So just one more thing that I kind of added into the mix. We'll see how it goes. And if there is additional interest in that over time, I could really kind of increase what I do with it. I'm thinking about adding some different types of rewards at different levels. Like you subscribing at a certain level for a couple months and I can send you something, perhaps a handwritten note or a thank you video. There are different things. And this kind of comes from, I've just started it and there's interest in it, but I'm not sure if it is worth the time unless more people are interested in following, because it becomes like a time versus money kind of thing where do I have the time to do these additional tasks? I'm not sure yet, but I'm enjoying learning about it. And I've enjoyed the folks that are obviously excited to join in on the Patreon and support the channel. I really appreciate their kind of earnestness and excitement around the stuff that I create. And that, plus the money, is really nice to get that kind of support and kindness. I did also open a shop in 2023 at about the same time that I opened the webpage. So that was in November. I had ideas for T-shirts. I want to sell other things too. And I want to learn about the process of it. So I created on the website that I have, there is a shop section. It currently just has a few graphic designs that I personally created using Canva, which is a design app that I use for making my YouTube thumbnails and other types of graphical things to put together. And the designs were simple. A few people bought shirts. I will say I've not done a huge amount to promote the items that I'm selling, but it was interesting to go through the process. And I think that T-shirts and other types of simple merchandise like that are like Patreon, interesting way to put something out there that folks who want to support the channel, who like the kind of things that I like and like the things that I'm doing, would be interested in getting. So with Patreon, it's, more of the kind of content I produce. With the shirts and the shop kind of thing, it's, the kind of clothing that Dell wears or likes. How can I can buy that kind of stuff too directly from Dell and support the channel and get something I like. So similar idea there. I actually really would like to put together some more interesting designs there. And I think that as it may be kind of apparent from me listing out all the things that I kind of started doing and started learning about in 2023, between constantly posting to Instagram, making 35 videos for YouTube and learning a lot along the way, and creating a website and learning about everything related to the website, which is a lot, and starting a Patreon and learning about that, and also looking at design and product design for shirts and other things like that. It's a little bit too much for me to do, bit off more than I could chew, so to speak, but learned a lot along the way. I have plans and intention to talk with some graphic designers and artists that I follow and like their artwork to look at getting some commission work done to make T-shirts and other types of things that are things that I would like to wear, that I think other folks would like to wear, and have those added rather than me being the graphic designer and the coder and and all the different roles. So, that's something I'd be curious about, if you're watching this video, other than t-shirts with interesting designs. Are there any kind of products that you'd be interested in? I actually reached out to Shot, for example, to see about becoming a Shot dealer and sell jackets myself rather than doing affiliate work. And I don't have a physical store, not yet, but I would have to in order to even go through the process to apply to become a dealer of their leather jackets. But, all that seems possible to me. All that seems like interesting to me to move into that realm and have more of the kind of things that I wear, whether it's something that I design as a t-shirt or things like jackets or belts or awesome jeans, those kind of things, a few favored, highly curated items to sell directly myself. So some interesting thoughts there. And of course, behind that, while producing all this content, I have definitely engaged in affiliate marketing. That is presenting items that I like or giving reviews of items and then including links to different things to purchase that if you follow those links, I get a commission. Now, for me, I think it is an interesting thing, and the discussion around affiliate marketing and reviews is a deep one. And I think a lot of it comes down to trust. I'm an honest person. I'm not putting out reviews or saying things that I think are not true in order to garner clicks. I'm also not being overly outrageous about my discussions around things. But when I include links to things, I do think that the things that I'm linking to are an accurate or good version of that thing. Like a good example was the video I did for the A2 deck jacket. I included links on that to different places where you can buy good quality A2 deck jackets that I talk about in the video, that if someone does choose to go and follow that link, I get a commission. Or basically every video, I have a link to Shot, where if someone decides that they would like to buy a jacket from Shot, they can click through my link, and if they make the purchase from Shot, I get a small percent. These are things that I know that affiliate marketing can seem insidious, where when people are gaining money by directing you to links and saying things about the things that they are directing you to buy, it can be hard to know, are they just telling you this thing is awesome because they want to make their commission, or are they telling you this thing is awesome because it's actually awesome? For me, I tell what I think is true about those things. And I really do think Shot jackets are great. It's kind of funny in a way because, in the kind of leather jacket enthusiast circles, like on the Fedora Lounge, for example, and amongst jacket collectors, Shot is seen as like an entry-level jacket. but when I'm talking to folks and getting comments on YouTube, a lot of folks, it's a much wider audience, right, than just the really small niche of folks that are seeking out the information that's available on places like the Fedora Lounge outerwear section. Shot is an expensive jacket. And it's funny because I really genuinely like Shot jackets. I think part of it is that the fit just works for me, and so it's lucked out for me in that way. But I think the other part of it is that their jackets really work like jackets. I've had jackets from other makers that are around the same cost that use fine materials like, horsehide from Horween, and they have designs that are pretty cool looking, but that are just not comfortable. They just don't work. And if you're going to wear a jacket for more than 30 minutes, it should be comfortable. And so, I think Shot, finds like a good middle ground between having awesome patterns and their cost. Maybe their materials aren't the finest all the time, or their stitching isn't like beautiful artwork. But that's the kind of thing that my affiliate links are like. Yeah, I include links to Shot. I sought out becoming a Shot affiliate because I like their jackets. And I think that hopefully comes through in the way that I do my reviews. I have a lot of Shot jackets that I've purchased myself, that I've done reviews on. As the channel grows, I know that opportunities to get items for free or at discount to do reviews of them are going to increase. They have been increasing already, that I've had these kind of opportunities. And as that goes, I just want it to be clear that I will always give, as we're going into 24, I will always give my honest opinion about things. And if I am sharing about something or showing pictures of me wearing it and having it associated with me, and I'm doing that because I like it. You know, a good example is So Denim out of Switzerland, I think Sweden, offered me a free pair of jeans. You know, I accepted them, and I wear them a lot because I like them. You know, another example, I was offered, you know, when I had a smaller Instagram following before I had the YouTube, Mott and Bow offered me a free pair of jeans and a shirt. I said, okay, I'll try them out. I mean, I wore them for a single post. I did as they asked, and it falls neatly within the way that I experiment with clothes, which is I wear them, I post pictures of them and videos, like I talked about earlier in this video. And, you know, I never really revisited them. They just weren't for me. I discovered that very stretchy denim was not for me. It's very comfortable, but it's not really my style. And so there's a reason why the Mott and Bow items never really came back into the feed after that initial picture. Really interesting developments from 23 between the growth of my different channels and all the different kind of initiatives that I've started to kind of just experiment and try things out. A lot in 24. As far as the growth of the channel, I did 35 videos for 2023. I would like to double that for 24. I'd like to see at least 60 or 70 videos come out. I mean, in 23, there were, you know, months where I didn't actually produce any videos. So I think this is an attainable goal. I want y'all to hold me to it, 60 or 70 videos. I am going to be incorporating a lot of new types of content, and there will be some experimentation in there. So don't get too scared if you see something you don't like. I'm going to be doing my best to make it good, but you know what? Sometimes you experiment, it doesn't go well. Sometimes you experiment and you knock it out of the park and everyone loves it and it becomes super popular. You never really know until you do it. So in 2024, the commitment is to keep trying and doing those new things and really just enjoying making content here on YouTube. So if you've been with me through this video, I want to thank you very much for your time. Just as I've thanked everyone that has joined in for 2023, I'm looking forward to building a lot more for 24, and we'll see where this takes us. Hope you have a great day.